Dave here. How are you? I said I'd do a little video for people that follow me in the Dave Stanton live stream Facebook page. So here it is. This last week has been an interesting week. It's had some ups and downs, like normal for life, I guess. One of the big ups, of course, was getting this little guy here, which is my 100,000 subscriber play button from YouTube. So thank you very much to everyone who has been following me and supporting me in any way that they can, which has been terrific. Now, also during the week, I did purchase a couple of things. Now, this might seem like I'm being flamboyant with money, but the reason I'm doing it is I hate being reliant on other people. And as I'm getting older, like I'm 68, a little bit, not too far away, I'm over retirement age as far as Australian pensions are concerned, all that kind of stuff. Now, I'm not wanting to jump on a pension at the moment. I'm okay. You know, I might need to further down the track, but whilst I can still do things to maintain the property, because I'm on a hectare, whilst I can still do things to maintain the property, I just really do want to do it myself rather than paying people to come in, because I know that money is going to get tight. That's all there is to it. So one of the things I've purchased is a stump grinder. Now, I showed a picture on the page a little earlier, and I'll show you it here. So I'm bring the camera down. And I'll wheel it out. It's just an amazing thing. Now, in the mountains we have an awful lot. I'll just pull this back over here so we can possibly see it a bit better. And tilt this down a touch. Using a phone to do this video. Now, this thing didn't cost me a lot of money. Ordinarily, when I get someone to come in and do some stump grinding, you're going to be looking at around, they normally do it with tree lopping. So on its own, it's pricey. So you could be looking at $600 or $700 a time when someone comes in with their machine. You've got to pay them to rock up, do the work, cover the maintenance on their machine, all that kind of stuff. And it's not cheap for them, you know, that's a fair amount. They've probably also got to pay GST, all that kind of stuff. So I like to be able to, I could have hired, I guess, yes, I get that. But I like to be able to just grab the machine on an impulse, use it, put it away, keep doing stuff that I was doing. Like I might cut a small tree down, and if I don't want to pull the stump out of the ground and, you know, just make a big hole that I got to try and find fill to put in it, it's a whole lot easier just to grind it. And then I've got all of the ground sawdust goes back into the soil. So it's organic matter going back into the soil, so it still keeps going great. This guy here cost me around $1,700, brand new. And it's got carbide teeth, the works. This is, they're online. There's no affiliation with this, with me. It's just, I saw it, it was on special, I bought it. I went and picked it up in the trailer, and I'll tell you what, it's an amazing machine. It's got all those cutters at the front. It's a 4-stroke motor. It has a disc brake on this wheel only, and I'll explain why. So back here, I don't know if you can see me there, but back here, we have a brake lever here. And that locks that one wheel so I can go backwards and forwards with the cutting head to keep on grinding and take the stump down. There's a switch up the top here, coming closer. So it has, I don't know if you'll be able to see the teeth under there. Very excited. So that's one of the things that I've done. You know, I said, you know, it's a whole lot more aggressive than the Rotex, and bloody hell it is. I haven't used it yet. They come without oil and without petrol in them, or for you guys in the States, gasoline. So it takes just over a litre of oil in the sump. And also the other thing they say is to put a little bit of oil on the air filter as well, just to help it collect rubbish, because there's going to be crap going everywhere. I have used stump grinders before, so I'm okay with that. It has these handles on the side. This machine weighs about 100 kilograms, so it's 220 pounds. It's not light, but I might look at doing some extensions on these handles, both sides, so I can use the dingo to pick it up. Now there's another thing. The dingo I bought probably around 25 years ago, and it has paid for itself time over time over time. And I expect this machine also to do that. Let's say I've got another 15 years left in me. You know, maybe I'm starting to get a little bit ambitious there. I'll be able to use this whenever I want. So there you go. That's the stump grinder. That was the big reveal for there. Now, what's the other thing I did? Oh, the pavilion area that I'm building for Viki. I bought this pot. Now, this pot is fascinating. I'm going to show you. It looks to be huge, substantial, all that kind of stuff. I'll just wheel this guy back in here. I am so looking forward to using that. Let me get this. Oh, while I'm in here, look, it's still clean. I've still got a clean CNC machine. Can you believe that? That's. I've caught myself a couple of times. Oh, just for the moment. Bullshit, don't do it. Keep moving things around. Okay, so here is the pot. I'll tip this down a little bit so you can see it a bit better. Now, this is called a Colossus. And looking at it, you'd think, wow, how the hell did you get it in here, Dave? It's massive. Well, it came in a cardboard box this high. It's in segments. So I'll show you. This is the top. So it's all fiberglass to look like pottery, terracotta. These fiberglass all the way down to the bottom. So my plan, and it's got little lips on it, so what I'll be doing is I'll silicone them all together when I actually build the thing properly. There's a pond at the bottom. I'll put a little pump in. Now this fountain, it just is designed to dribble over it. Now Viki, when she saw it, and myself also, we looked at it, we thought, when I built it, because it came in a box, we didn't see it until I unboxed it. We thought the different colors were pretty substantial. What are we going to do about that? Well, let's just move this back a little bit further so we can see it all. I'll tip it up just a bit more. It bugged me when I first saw it, but then I thought, look at the size of the thing. This is the small one. They had them 7 feet tall as well. But a lot of money for the big ones. So this one, I saw it like this and I thought, it's going to have water running over it. I wonder how it will look when it does have water running over it. So what I'm going to do is I will pour some water. I'll fill this up. I'm just putting some water in a bottle off camera for the moment. All right, so the water is going to come out of the top here. So let's pour a bit of water and see what happens. So you can see how it's going to work. And all of a sudden, the colours aren't so bad in comparison. You see the rag that I was cleaning it with the other night, or last night when I saw it? So I'm going to get out there with a banister brush, and I'm going to give it a hose and a rub down and see what it's like. Now I've got to go down the bottom here to see what that's going to be like. There you go. So, look, you can see the rubbish on it. Now, that looks shit hot. What do you reckon? So this is the feature. This is the feature at the end of this pavilion that I'm doing. As I say, I've shown you pictures of it going up. And what I might do is I might throw a picture of it just here. See if I can hunt around and find one. I don't know if I can do that while I'm recording. I might have to do that after the fact. But I think That'll be lovely. So basically you look through this arched area, as I'll show you a photo of it, and that will be at the end. And I draw these things out, I get the colored pencils out, and I make sure that I'm happy with everything before I go and invest in things like this. If you're curious, $6.99. That's how much it cost me. So I'll buy a pump. I'll make sure that, I'll use the pump that I've got in the fountain at the moment. I've got click fittings down the bottom so I can test it. I've got two different pumps, one's strong, one's not so strong. I'll test it to see how much water comes up the top here. Because when I had it running earlier, did you see water was dropping off the edge of the pot? I think it was coming too fast. So I might have to also get a flow control and put that in there somewhere as well. The bottom I have to paint with a waterproofing agent. And Viki and I were talking about this yesterday, and we were thinking what would look nice in that bottom section there, because I don't want it to be an area where grandchildren come along or great-grandchildren come along and start, washing their hands and all that kind of stuff. And I want it to be just a feature for people to look at. So I'm thinking of cobalt blue pebbles. Like at the bottom, fill it up with just ordinary pebbles and then put cobalt blue over the top maybe, or black pebbles. You can get bags of those kind of things from Bunnings, and I think it'll be lovely. Anyway, give me some indication as to whether you like this kind of an update. I also have other surprises here that I really do have to get a video done about. For the tech heads, I've just also purchased an NAS, which is basically, it's a hard drive disk station for my computer. Now we've got a few different computers on the property and they're all networked together. This will be the storage area that keeps photographs and all sorts of files that I don't want to lose. It's continually backing up, so there's always, I think, one original, one copy on separate disks. So if you have a disk failure, this is John has been filling me in on how to do all this, and so is Derek and a few other people. So once it's all it's all secure in the fact that if we have a disk failure, the other 3 disks have got all the information on it. So I don't know, my grandson is a computer technician. He's going to come around and help me set it all up, thank heavens. Because as I'm getting older, I don't get any smarter, I get a bit dumber. I'm guessing a lot of you feel the same way about me, for your situation as well. Anyway, I'll come back over here and turn this way. And how nice is it to have a nice clean garage? Oh, one of the other things, I had the motor on my garage door failed a long time after I did all of that foam, the polystyrene. So I had a replacement motor put in. Steel Line Garage Doors came in and did it for me, and they put a stronger motor in, and it's much quieter too. Like, it's just unbelievable. So it works beautifully, and they put some brushes around the edges as well, which are great for fire hazard reduction. So if there's a bushfire here, there's no chance of embers getting blown in around the edges of these panel lift doors, which can be an issue. So there we go. That's what's been happening. I've been very busy with Viki, with the markets, and also distilling with her business. I'm just so proud and happy of how it's going for her. I'm the lackey, and she also has a growing honey-do list for me to keep working through. Anyway, I'm sure I'm not the only one. Thanks for watching, and stay tuned. I'll see you next time. Bye.